freshmen!
These are some amazing tips for you guys to know about being a freshman.
And also some important information about demerits and tardies and how they'll affect you. Here's Mr. Billinger.
What is a demerit and why is a demerit issued?
Good question. A demerit is a way in which we track students' discipline. So if a student were to receive, say, disruption in class, defiance, leaving class without authorization, those are some of the basic ones, cell phone violation, first offense, you would receive a demerit. And a demerit is a 1-hour detention that students are required to serve for basically getting consequences as a result of their action.
What does each demerit mean as far as detention time?
Each demerit, as I said, is 1 hour. If you obtain a 3 demerit infraction, or what we refer to as a major infraction, like I said, 3 demerits, then you would serve 3 hours. And one of the ways in which you can serve 3 hours is to do a Saturday school. And Saturday schools are held periodically throughout the school year. Not necessarily every Saturday, but typically 1, possibly 2 per month. And they run from 7:30 to 10:30 a.m. in room 20, which is here on campus.
Can you go to school dances if you still have demerits?
Really good question, because I'm getting that right now because it's prom season. If a student has any demerits, they are not allowed to attend our dance. You must also have a 2.0 grade point average or higher at the last grading period. You must also not have any suspensions during the current semester. And you must not have received any F grade last grading period. So there's a lot to think about. And that holds true here, and then those same requirements are pretty much intact for if you want to go to another school's prom.
Are you tardy right away after the second bell rings?
By definition, yes. Once the second bell rings, you must, by definition of teachers' requirements, either be in your seat and or at least be in the classroom.
What are the specific days to serve demerits?
We have created a map, which we do, or I should say a calendar, which we do at the beginning of the school year, and I do this in July, and it outlines all of the opportunities to serve, and they're color-coded. So what it says on here is you can serve your detention time, or your demerits, Tuesday, Thursday after school, Thursday, Friday morning, starting at 7:30 because we have late start, or designated Saturdays, and these are available to all of our students.
Who can you go to check your demerits?
You can either check with your counselor, attendance clerk, activities office, or one of the 2 assistant principals.
How many demerits is an excused absence?
Excused absences are not given any demerits. Unexcused absences are not given any demerits, but truancies are given demerits, and I know we'll cover that here in a minute.
Do truancies negatively impact your transcript?
No, and I'll make this point. Anything that's in our data bank with regards to a student, attendance, discipline, that's all kept confidential. The only thing that colleges will receive is that which you give them or the counselor gives them. And often that is only transcript, letters of recommendation, current grades, but as far as attendance and discipline, no, unless a counselor has to divulge to colleges if they ask if you've been suspended from school, then they will divulge that, yes.
If you have the chance to change something about the policy, would you, and how?
I always look at the policies at the end of each year, along with my colleagues, the principal, assistant principal, and other stakeholders, including students, and I ask them what seems to be working, what seems to be not. Are there any changes that we might want to consider? And then depending on whether it's a board policy or it's an administrative regulation, and these are all technical terms, but we evaluate those and make sure that what we have in place makes sense. So yeah, we evaluate every year. Right now, we're looking at a couple possibilities for next year, but that'll take place in the summer. But yes, we do evaluate every year.
Do colleges see demerits?
No, that's part of your assertive discipline, so that would not be anything that colleges would receive.
And do demerits impact a student's ability to participate in an extracurricular or co-curricular activity?
Absolutely. So if a student has any demerits, they are unable or ineligible to participate, whether it's a sport or an activity. So let's kind of look at that list. Drama, dance, MUN, cheerleading, ASB, those are some of the extracurricular, co-curricular, and then athletics, absolutely. So coaches and advisors and teachers are given a list periodically throughout the year, and on that list are those students that have one or more demerits. The expectation is that those students will serve those demerits so that they can maintain their eligibility. If they choose not to, or for whatever reason can't, until that comes to zero, they're not able to participate.
Thank you, Mr. Billinger.
Thank
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks for tuning in. And remember, it's a great day to be a breaker. Catch you on the flip side.